Hello, everybody. There are still people coming in who will join us. I'm excited to welcome you all for the E16 Living City kick-off event of the Austrian sites. There are really a lot of people. We are almost 90 now, but I'm going to start. Yes, my name is Iris Kaltenecker. I am the Europan Austria General Secretary here, and I'm the moderator of today's evening. Before we start, some housekeeping. This is a digital event which is going to be recorded because we have received several emails asking us that they want to rewatch this evening because they don't have time today. So you are currently all on mute, but this will change because we have an interactive part where you are then unmuted and invited to join the discussion, but we will let you know. Okay, then I start with the presentation. Okay. It works. Okay, I would like to share this impressive image as I think with you. Have a look, there are 40 dots on the European landscape, on the European map here, 40 sites for the Europan 16 topic on living cities, participating in 9 different countries. And when we zoom in here to Austria, we have also 3 dots and contributing 3 sites to the overall 40, which is Linz, Klagenfurt, and Graz. Information on these sites will come later on when we talk about the tasks of the site. But I would like to take the opportunity now to thank all site partners and all supporters who have traveled so far with us. It was extremely exciting to work on the brief with you and to modify and get the grips on the task and have it now ready to show the Europan community and all the participants or who think about participating. I can tell you these are great people we have on board, and we all are looking forward to your proposals very much and are excited to see them in September. Yeah, and I would like to briefly take you to the program of tonight. After this introduction, we will have, and I think actually it is nice potpourri on inputs which we have to offer today. There are 2 keynotes talking about their perspectives on the topic of living cities. After that, we will explain the 3 sites. And following this, we will have breakout sessions for each of these sites, and also a breakout room. We have 3 breakout rooms, one for each site, and a 4th breakout room for the Europan Lounge, where we have former winners, and you can also ask their tips and tricks. After that, this will last 30 minutes, and after that, the questions you had in the breakout room will be brought to a panel consisting of 2 jury members and 2 former winners, which will also give you maybe another perspective on your questions. And after that, we have a surprise. So let me try the presentation. Okay, it works. We have a tombola, and you can win the prize is 1 free participation in the Europan 16 competition. You can choose one of the 40 sites naturally, but as you can imagine, we very much hope that you get interested in one of our sites. Okay, how does it work? Please write tombola in the subject of the mail and send us a mail on office@europan.at within the next 1.5 hours. And you will get a reply with a number, and this will be then your ticket number for the tombola at the very end. So please go to the mail now and send your name, and you receive the ticket. So, and now I would like to introduce Bernd Fley. He will set the frame for the topic of Living City. Bernd Fley is the president of Europan Austria. But moreover, he was long-standing general secretary of Europan Austria for 20 years, and he knows Europan inside out. He is an architect, and that's true. He is an architect and urbanist, and he is founder and co-director of Studio Fleiss-Drehowitz, Office for Urbanism, Research and Architecture. He is a researcher and a teacher, and is currently teaching at the Academy of Fine Arts. And even more important, he is also a jury member of this year's international jury in Austria. So Bernd, it's your turn now. 1 second, it doesn't work, this slide. Okay. I try again. Okay. You are mute.
Yes, can you hear me now? It's okay. Okay, thank you very much again, Iris, for this wonderful and nice introduction. And thank you, Iris, again, and Dorothee and Daniel and Christian for the preparation of this evening. I think we have great guests here. This time with Europan 16, we have also great partners. I feel a very positive environment. Every time we talk with our site representatives, it's really a very good and energetic, positively energetic feeling. For this time, unfortunately, this is the first time I have to open the new session digitally. And we cannot share this evening physically together, but I think that we share one thing, that we all share one thing. This is that we ask questions that do not imply simplistic or routinist answers. Because I think everyone that is interested in Europan is looking for answers which go beyond the routinist frame. Because Europan is not just a competition, it is rather a sort of platform of people that ask urgent and important questions involving all kinds of disciplines that are interested in the experience, organization, and the use of space and time. These are not only architects, of course, these are urban planners, landscape architects, but also developers and investors, and as I said, all kinds of people that share with us space and time. And if you look at the Europan Europe web page, which is brand new, and I can really recommend to all of you to have a look. It's really interesting that you can see. It's about the Europan 16 competition on the one hand, but on the other hand, it's also about Europan as a platform. There are topics like exploration or think tank, where you can see how we address issues that matter today and are important for the future of our cities, of our territories, but also of our planet, of course. And each Europan round has a theme that Iris was already saying that frames and guides our concerns and considerations. And let me shortly introduce the theme of Europan 16. I will not go into details because we have very interesting guests today that will talk about their point of view of the theme. But I will just use this image to address the theme in a very specific way, because the image gives me the opportunity, and I was deciding this spontaneously, to explain to you the theme in a very specific approach. So the theme is, as you might know, living cities. And it's about an important question. How can we initiate creative process projects in order to regenerate inhabited milieus? So in a way, it's about regenerating things. It's a sort of attitude that is very aware that our planet is in a crisis, that our spaces and cities are an endangered species when it comes to justice, when it comes to accessibility, when it comes to social issues, when it comes to climate issues, as you all know, when it comes to economic issues, and right now when it comes to issues of health. And we all know that it's a very difficult situation, that we experience that every day. And in our subtopics of the theme Living Cities, we have the thematic fields metabolic vitalities and inclusive vitalities. And both thematic fields somehow are complementary and interlinked, because on the one hand, metabolic vitalities address issues of processes, of flows between different things, how different things come together, how different things let's say, follow a certain logics of resources or cannot happen because there are not any flows that are allowed to happen. And the other topic, inclusive vitalities, it's very much about social issues like inclusion and like I said, accessibility. And if we all look at this image, we could ask, of course, we see a high building, we see some plants, we see some infrastructure elements like these public transport vehicles, we see a bicycle, we see some people standing around, we see an old woman with crutches, and we see a lot of space in between that is empty. And it's interesting, if you look closer, you can see that we have tropic plants and we have a man standing there in a winter coat. So there is something not working in the right way. And I'm sure that the person that put these things together was very aware about these contradictions here that we can see. As well, you can see, for example, on the roof of the high-rise building, some people with an umbrella. And if we now would read this image with an awareness of a living city sensitivity, we would ask some questions to what we see. For example, who has the right to enter the roof of this building? Is the roof an exclusive space that is only open to people that pay for that space, that live in this area and have the right to overview the city or have the right for shelter? Or what are the plants about? Are they just decorative plants, or are they actively involved in the concept of organizing and regenerating a climatic condition that allows us to stay in public space under good conditions, to share values, to share thoughts in public space? So how are these plants related to social inclusion? Or like the public buses, are they, where are they going to? What kind of places do they link? How are they linked to other transport systems? How is public space then affected by transport? And as we only see white plain, this image, of course, gives us a lot of questions. It provokes a lot of questions, and I think it's a very good point to start with this image to make understandable what we might mean with the theme of living cities and what kind of sensitivity we ask to all of you if we discuss and design space and time under the umbrella of the living cities. So for now, I think that's enough. That's more than enough to start and open this session, because I'm just doing my greetings to you. And I really look forward now to the next topics, and especially, of course, to the one that follows now. It's the keynote speech of Susanne Eliassen. And thank you again, Iris, for organizing all that event in such a great way. Okay, have a good evening.
Bernd, thank you for anchoring this multifaceted topic with this image.